After you've chosen a topic for research, you'll want to spend some time thinking of keywords that you might use to search for information on that topic. This video will show you some strategies that you can use for generating keywords and search strategies. Brainstorming a list of keywords can be a good way to start. Let's say you're interested in writing about the oil spill that happened off the Gulf Coast in 2010. You decide that your research question is, what were the short-term and long-term financial impacts on the Gulf Coast oyster industry following the BP oil spill in 2010? Once you have your topic, take a minute to think about the words that you would expect to see authors use when writing about this topic. Also think of concepts related to this topic that could be used as keywords. Are there multiple ways to describe things related to your question? It's not cheating to use a thesaurus or Wikipedia to look for keyword ideas. You can list potential keywords in categories like this. For example, financial impact might also be described as economic impact. The Gulf Coast is a large area, so you might find articles just talking about smaller sections of it, like Louisiana, Alabama, or Mississippi. The oyster industry might also involve keywords like fisheries, fishermen, or oyster fisheries. The BP oil spill was also called the BP Deepwater Horizon explosion, and BP is an abbreviation for the British Petroleum Company, which also might be a useful keyword. When you search online or in a database, the keywords you type in will bring back articles that have those exact words in them. Keywords are simply words that happen to appear in the articles that the database or search engine returns to you, whether or not the articles are actually on the topic that you want. That's a reason why it's important to try a lot of different keywords. If you only search for BP oil spill and the oyster industry, you might not see an article that doesn't use those words and instead uses keywords like Deepwater Horizon and fisheries. That article might be super useful to you, so you want to make sure that your search strategy includes lots of relevant keywords. There are also searching tricks that you can use to improve your keyword search strategies. Knowing advanced search options and tricks to use in Google or databases can give you an advantage in searching. One search trick that can be especially useful is called truncation. This is used when you have a keyword that has a lot of different possible endings or even possible spellings. For example, the word fisheries could be truncated to F-I-S-H with an asterisk. The asterisk is called a wildcard, and the database will bring back any keyword that starts with the letters F-I-S-H. This means you'll get articles with the words fish, fishing, fishermen, fisheries, etc. Truncation can also be used when you have a word that has different spellings or similar forms. You can write WOM*N to retrieve women and woman as a keyword. You can use BEHAVIO* to make sure you get both spellings of the word behavior. Another advanced search strategy you can use involves putting quotation marks around words that you want to see next to each other. For example, if you put the phrase oil spill in quotations, you will retrieve articles that have those words next to each other. Without quotations, you might find some articles that just happened to include the word oil and the word spill, but don't actually have anything to do with oil spills. You can also use what are called Boolean operators in the same way. Boolean operators are the words and, or, and not that you can use to string together your keywords. If you use the word and between two keywords, it tells the computer that it must bring back articles with both of those words. If you use the word or between two keywords, it tells the computer that you want articles with either one of those two words, but the article doesn't have to have both words. If you use the word not, it tells the computer that you only want the first keyword and you want to eliminate any articles that have your first keyword and the second keyword. This can help if you're getting results that don't make sense. Maybe there are too many articles about a different oil spill, and you're having trouble finding the ones that are just about the 2010 BP oil spill. You could combine the keyword BP oil spill with the Boolean operator not, and then name the other oil spill that you don't want articles about, like maybe the Exxon Valdez oil spill. Having a good keyword strategy means that when you do a search and you don't find anything, or you don't find anything that you like, you already have your next idea ready to go. One of the most important characteristics of successful researchers is that they don't give up and they aren't afraid to try lots of different ways of searching. Using keywords well will help you be more successful when you are searching online and in the library.